We are sitting on the floor in the living room because I'm about to embroider. But as I was grabbing my embroidery stuff, I wanted to show you a little hack that I've been doing with my silver. So I used to work at a jewelry store, actually a couple jewelry stores when Zach and I first got married. And we would use these polishing cloths to polish up the silver when it would tarnish over time. So I was thinking the other day, I was like, wait a minute, why don't I order one of these polishing cloths for my silver when I notice that they're not that bad? They could just use a little polish. So I don't have to use the cream. I love the cream. I'm gonna put the picture on the screen because I didn't grab it. I love it, but it's such a mess. It's such a process. You gotta put the gloves on. You gotta do like the whole thing, and it's messy. It's really, really messy. So I thought this should work, I would think, and it does. So I shared this over on TikTok and Instagram, but I gotta share it with you too. I always have to remind myself to share everything here as well and there as well, because you know, it needs to be everywhere. So as you can see, this coaster is starting to tarnish a little bit, and it's just the beginning, so it's really not that bad. And actually where I first did this was my little egg cup that I use as a jigger on the bar. It was starting to tarnish pretty bad, and I was like, I'm gonna see if it works there. It's so good. So these two I did while I was watching TV, and you know, it's just such a good little thing to just multitask. This one's actually not perfect. I think I did this one for TikTok and Instagram, but I've been doing this for a little while now, as you can see with my dirty towel. And don't wash this towel. It says you can't wash it, so you'll have to replace it. But I think it's worth it because, like I said, it's just such a process to polish silver. And actually one of my friends, she was telling me, she's like, I am so tired of polishing silver. And I'm like, I do find it therapeutic, but I will admit it's a mess, and it can be such, just like you put it off, you know, until it gets really bad, and then it's even more of a mess and more like elbow grease to get all the tarnish off. So anyway, I'm gonna show you with this one, because then you can see it kind of like in real time. You see all that tarnish up there? And it's pretty instant. You just kind of rub it and it takes it right off, shines it right up. So like I said, I will put on a show and just polish this up. I'll link this down below along with the polishing cream, because I feel like you do need to do both from time to time, especially if you're like me and you thrifted these items a lot. I don't think that this cloth would work for a pretty badly tarnished piece, but I think this is such a nice little hack, and you could do it literally while you're sitting down, watching a show, winding down, and just spruce up your silver a little bit. And I'm super into polished silver right now. I do like it tarnished, but I was like, you know what, while I'm into this like pristine silver stage, I may as well go all out, because I could always go back to tarnish, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just thought I would share real quick. This cloth was sitting on my embroidery box, or my sewing box, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta show them. So okay, here it is, kind of done, not quite, but not bad, right? And then I'll do one more, kind of speckled. And then sometimes too, I'll like put my palm up, and then if it needs like a little more scrub, you kind of pinch the towel and you kind of just rub, 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 rub. And do you see that? I hope it's showing how it looks. So good. So much better than the other stuff. Anyway, I'm still loving silver so much. I cannot get enough. I just love how it mixes in with my decor. And you know what? I was actually thinking about this at the thrift store today. I just thought, you know what a really good thrift store tip is to just trust yourself. Trust your eye. and trust that the items that you love are going to work, because they will. If you love the item, it will work in your home. And I don't even know why. I think I was trying to tell myself that, like, just trust yourself, you know, like, you know your style, and just trust. And I just think when you are collecting and curating a home, you gotta trust yourself, because when you are outsourcing the items yourself, especially with thrifting, you're not having, okay, how do I say this? Like, there's a lot of stores that will do like seasonal drops, and they basically tell you what to buy. You know, they drop these items and they have it curated and it's all ready to go. But it's not like true, is it true curation? For me, I feel like curated is when you find a lot of different items from a lot of different places, whether that's a new place, whether that is thrifted, and you curate the items together. And that's what you're doing when you are out thrifting. And I think that's where the magic of a truly collected home comes from. And it doesn't have to, like, I know some people don't like to go thrifting. It doesn't have to mean that. But I think a curation of home decor is from multiple different places, that you pick that piece and you pick that piece and you pick this piece and you blend the pieces together. And I like to think about it too as like different styles. So I have a very masculine style, and I think that's actually where I immediately lean towards, is if I see something with what I find to be more masculine lines, I lately have been liking to mix it with like a feminine piece. So finding those different, so I like masculine, now I like a little feminine, I like rustic, but I also like a little bit of glam or glitz, and finding all those different pieces from different stores creates this curation, and it's specific to you and your home, which I think is just beautiful, and it will make your home be different than anyone else's. And what am I even talking about? Okay, I've been in a yappy mood. Every time I get this vlog going, I swear I was like this in the last vlog, I just want to like talk to you and chat. I don't know, it's interesting. Okay, I got these polished up enough. Now I gotta go wash my hands. So that is the thing about these, is they do have stuff on them, because they say do not wash the cloth. The cleaning ingredients they're in the cloth. So if you wash the cloth, it removes the polishing ingredients that is in the cloth. So you can feel your fingers like a little, you know, when you're doing this. So you do have to wash your hands, but they're not like not nearly as bad, because I've done polishing without gloves. I don't recommend. Definitely wear gloves because it stains your fingers, your finger nails. But anyway, that was a long yap session to show you that, but I think it's brilliant. And I'm so happy that I started doing this, because it's been such a game changer. Okay, on to embroidery, because we gotta get there. Moving on to the embroidery. So I have my little sewing box, which is the vintage vet box that Zach and I got in Oregon when we were there, one of the trips. And it's an old vet box that I think I showed you this, but I turned it into my little sewing box. So I have all my sewing things in here and my embroidery items in here. So basically the first thing you're gonna do is go on Pinterest or wherever. I went on Pinterest and find the font that you want for whatever you're doing. Napkins, pillowcases, tea towels, whatever. You're gonna print it off, and you're gonna make sure, well for me, I had to make sure the two letters are the same size because I'm doing pillow covers. You can either measure it, or I just lined them up on here and made sure like the top and the bottom matched up. My ones, it's just barely bigger, but that's okay, because it's the Z that's a little bit bigger, and I feel like the B is a little bit more dramatic. I ordered these pillow covers from Amazon. I found some from Banana Republic, but they were out of my budget. They are on sale now though, and now I'm like, oh dang it, because the flange I think is thicker than what I have here, but these are incredible from Amazon. Like honestly, the quality is very, very nice. I kind of want to get like the whole bed set. So anyway, you can also get this done, like I've seen, you can get it done on Pottery Barn. I think a lot of those type of stores do it, but I wanted like that thick embroidery, like that old world embroidery. I have always loved this like thick, beautiful embroidery, and that's what I wanted. So that's why I did it myself, and I am no expert. So that's a part of the reason why I haven't gone into detail, because I just kind of wing everything I do, and I just like to document my process and hopefully inspire you guys to do these things as well. But I very amateur in a lot of things I do, but I just figure it out, I guess. Anyway, here's a close look at the embroidery. Hopefully you can kind of see the detail, but I wanted that thick, chunky embroidery, and I find when you I've ordered napkins from Pottery Barn and it's just thin, and I want thick, you know what I mean? So some things like cocktail napkins and stuff, okay, fine. I don't mind having it thin because you set your drink on it and it doesn't need to be thick. But for my bedding, I really wanted that thick, old world embroidery. So that is, let me see if I can really get in there so you can kind of really see. It's chocolate brown. You know my obsession. And I feel like in photos and on camera it looks black, but it's not. It's like I think it's, oh, here. While we need to go through these things, because I'll just keep yapping at you. You're gonna need some of this transfer paper. This is water soluble, so it will wash off of your fabric. So I already drew or outlined. So basically I went up to the window, held it up and traced it. But you do want to outline it like this so you can have some space to embroider, if that makes sense. So there's that. You're gonna need one of these rings to hold it in place. You're gonna need a set of needles, and there's different numbers. I do not know the numbers. So that's why I always get a little bit weary sharing with you guys, because I'm not an expert at this. I just watched a YouTube video and tried to figure it out myself. But I did learn that the dental floss, the embroidery floss that you want to use is the DMC. I think it was called black brown. Okay, I opened up the other one, but I do know it was called black brown. And it's this like beautiful chocolate espresso brown. My obsession lately. In fact, I was kind of thinking, what am I gonna do when fall's over? Because I love this so much, I could see myself having it around for a while. Okay, you're gonna have your needle. You really don't need a ton to get going, which is nice, because when you start a new craft and you have like a gazillion things to buy, it gets a little spendy. Okay, wow. I could not get this embroidery project going, I swear. So we ended up taking a break and making dinner, but now I'm back to doing my embroidery. I like to kind of hop in bed and embroider. I'm gonna bring in my little task light to give myself a little bit more light, but I thought I would do it with you guys because why not? So what I'm gonna do, what I was trying to explain earlier and I got super distracted and I kept going off track quite a bit, is I'm gonna lay out my 2 pillowcases. Okay, actually I'm glad I brought you in here because I'm doing the pillowcases so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So on either side of the bed, I want them in the top corner, but I want them to be outside, if that makes sense. So on my pillow, I have the top right corner, so it's on the outside of the bed, and then on that side, I'm gonna do Zach's on the top left corner, so it's outward instead of it being in here, if that makes sense, because if I did the right side, it would be in the middle, and that is not what I'm going for. So now I have my pillow here, and then this is Zach's pillow cover, the transfer paper, or the water soluble paper, and try to line this up as best I can. I'm about to knuckle down. You can be really precise with this. Like I said, I'm probably not the best one to be teaching stuff because I just eyeball everything. And also they're gonna be on the opposite side, so it doesn't really matter. Now that you have your stencil placed, you're going to do your rings now. So, and pillowcases are kind of hard because you have so much extra fabric, and maybe there's a trick to this, I don't know. But this is how I do it. So you're gonna take your bottom ring without the latch, or whatever that's called, I'm sure it has a name, and you're gonna place it under here, and I push it into the corner because I, you know, mine's a little off center, so I try to push it in there really good. And then you're gonna take your top ring, and you wanna pull it tight so that when you tap your finger, it sounds like a drum. That's what you're looking for. So pull it tight, 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 and then tighten it up here, and then you're ready to go. Okay, then get yourself in a comfy position because you're gonna be here for a while. And I like to basically go in from the back and find my grip. Do I need to explain all of this? I don't know, is this too much? Maybe I should just get going. Turn on my little lamp here. This is so hilarious. This is what I do though. Okay. I have some thread, a 3-strand, left over from the last pillow, so I'm gonna use it. Put your 3 strands through the needle and have a little slack on this side, but you're not gonna tie that in a knot. You're gonna tie this end in a knot. I'm gonna start on this little tail right here. I don't know if it matters, but I try to think about where I'm going with this, because what you're gonna do is you're going to basically go around your outline. So you're gonna start a stitch like so. And if you're an embroiderer and I am doing this wrong, I so apologize. This is just how I do it, and it, you know, works well for me. I'm just a beginner. Then you're going to, okay, so instead of doing another stitch right next to that, you're gonna actually skip a stitch like this. So you see how there's distance from the first, like from this thread to the needle? You're gonna go through, and then you're gonna go back. That's why it's called back stitching. So you're gonna go back, and now you have 2 stitches, and then you're gonna skip a stitch length again, and be patient. Like, definitely take your time when you're poking through. I feel like this really does matter because you want it to be, you know, good. So get yourself a podcast on, or whatever is going to be therapeutic, a show. I like to listen to podcasts because I can't watch a show. And you're going to go backward, back to that stitch again. And then you're just gonna repeat that until you've outlined the letter completely. Oh, also, if you have extra fabric in the back, be careful that you're not punching through the fabric and essentially sewing the fabric to your, or like in the thread, sewing your fabric into this. Just to warn you, because I kind of did that a little bit when I first did the first pillowcase I did. Starting the morning off, hopefully finishing this pillowcase today, and I am on to the next step. So last night we did the back stitching and I filmed that. So today we're gonna do kind of build the foundation, and there's proper wording for this, I'm sure, but I don't really know what that proper wording is. So I'm gonna walk you through step by step to the best of my ability and show you guys what I do. So I have my arm's length thread right here. This has 6 pieces of thread. And what we're gonna do, let me actually move you right down. Okay, so this part, you're gonna take the entire floss amount, which is 6 strands, and you're gonna basically think about like coloring a photo. You outlined it with the back stitch, and then now you're filling it in with the thread. So I didn't pull any off of this. It's the complete 6 strands. And I actually do like when you fold it in half. It's a little bit easier to start with a folded piece, but I think my lines are a little too small. Okay, yeah, they are. So I'm gonna start with the edge here, just at the edge. I'm gonna take my needle and thread, which is only 3 threads. So I split the floss in half and basically pulled 3 threads out. It comes with 6. So this is 3. And I'm gonna go in on the corner of the J, or not the J, the Z, excuse me, right here. And basically you're gonna go where the stitch, like the needle goes through, so the little holes, that's basically where you're gonna follow. I'm gonna hold this down with my nail at the very end, and you're gonna go diagonal. So I'll go to this hole right here, and you're basically gonna sew this in place. And this is still building your foundation. And then it's gonna look something like this. Now you will be going over top of this, and sometimes if you feel like you have too much thread, you could very ever so slightly pull it, but you are gonna be covering it, so it will look nice. And then I skip a stitch and go to the next hole. And again, go diagonal, just to basically hold these threads in place. It's hard because this thread is so dark. I don't know if it's coming off on camera, but I'll try to give you guys a good look when I get a little further along. One other tip is when you are deciding where you're gonna go over, like overlap, I think about in real life where you're gonna start the letter and where it's gonna end up going over. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do lately, and it makes it a little bit more realistic, but that's just like a very like attention to detail. You don't do whatever, you know, makes the most sense for you, but that's just kind of how I think of it. And this one, since it's a shorter thread, I'm not skipping a stitch, I am going pretty much stitch by stitch. Got the foundation done. So now we're on to the final step, which is so exciting. I'm gonna swap out my needle for a bigger needle because I'm using 6 strands of thread, which is, again, just how, okay, when it comes like this, I'm using it as it comes. So there's 6 strands of thread. I hope that makes sense. I mean, I feel like if you embroider, you probably know what I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, girl, we get it. But if you don't, I feel like, you know, that part could be a little confusing. Okay, so I'm taking my bigger needle because I have to get all of these through here. This whole thing, you definitely want to be patient with yourself because I feel like this isn't like a quickly sew, like, you know, go with the mindset of go slow, take your time, be patient with yourself, to get better results, but this step specifically, be patient with yourself. So you're gonna get your thread on here, you're gonna tie your other end. Just gonna start right here at the end, and I'll show you here. And you're gonna go just outside of your letter so that you completely cover it up. And take your time even finding the hole, because I think that makes a big difference as well. This is the part you're gonna wanna be really patient. So you're gonna pull it through like so. And then you're gonna wanna, basically when you go over to the other side and you pull it through, you wanna make the 6 strands kind of flatten out. Otherwise, if they get all twisted and clumpy, I feel like it doesn't look as professional and as nice. So I typically, I'll like let it kind of run over my finger, because see how it kind of wants to turn? This is where you're gonna wanna definitely flatten it out and get like a nice stitch. I don't know what the right word is. You're gonna wanna go right next to that one. And I definitely take my time on this part. And this is the part that takes me the longest because I want it to look really nice. And then you're gonna go right next to it. So the very next stitch over, or very next spot that you can. And I like to almost go at an angle back in. I feel like for some reason it comes out looking a lot nicer that way. You can also kind of hold it down flat right here so that when it goes over, you get a much nicer pull through. And you're just gonna repeat that over and over and over again until you're done. Filmed a little TikTok. I'm actually filming all day today, so I'm gonna try to do a couple TikToks and then vlog all day so I can get the vlog up tomorrow. So anything I'm sharing over there, I'm hoping to share over here as well. But I just uploaded a video over there about turning my little tchotchkes into match strikers. As you guys know, I do not like clutter. I do have like decor and stuff like that, but there gets a point for me that it starts to feel cluttery. So I really try to buy my decor in where it's very practical. I can use it for practical reasons. That's my favorite way to buy decor. I feel like it just, I don't know, and it also makes it kind of easier to decorate with. Anyway, long story long is I like to make these little match strikers. And I showed you this one, I'm pretty sure a few years ago, but this is a vintage match striker that I got in an antique store. And I love it. I got it home and I tried to strike a match on the side and it actually, I think it like kind of chipped it. So I was like, that's weird. I don't know if they just make matches not the same or what, but I went on Amazon and I bought these little stickers. I'll link these down below and I put them on everything now. So I have this one, and then I have this little vintage, I think we bought this one time at our little shopping adventure. This little, I think it's a toothpick holder, but again, I put one of the strikers on the bottom. I need to order more matches. I want to get ones with like the black tips as well, because I have my julep cup right here, and these kind of look like Q-tips. So I'm like, I think I need a different color for these. Okay, we're gonna make vanilla, and I'm also gonna film on TikTok, so I'm gonna kind of do a little dual situation. So I think in one of my last vlogs, I did the vodka vanilla. This is the new one. This is the one that's like 1.5 years old. The older it gets, the better it gets, you know, age is like fine wine. But anyway, so we are gonna make bourbon vanilla. What inspired this is that bourbon vanilla paste we bought from Trader Joe's. I was like, wait a minute, I should make bourbon vanilla, because I love like a bourbon vanilla like frosting, or I gotta be honest, I don't really love bourbon drinks. I try, but it's just not my favorite. But bourbon, like I made that bourbon blackberry jam, delicious. Anything kind of like that I really do like, so I thought we're gonna go ahead and make it. So I will link everything except for the alcohol down below if you want to make this yourself. You got to get on it now, especially if you want to gift this for the holidays, because you want it to sit for a few months before you give it. Or you could put a little note like enjoy in 3 months or 6 months or whatever. The longer the better. But these, I don't know if they're available. If they are, I'll link them, or I'll link something similar. Anyway, it's such a cute little gift. I am doing our bourbon in a smaller jar, and you could get these like multiple, and you could do like a single bean in each one or something. Okay, you're gonna take 5 vanilla beans per 8 ounces. I'm only doing 8 ounces, so I'm only gonna cut up 5 vanilla beans. You're just gonna cut down 1 slit down the vanilla bean. Loosen them up a little bit. I'm actually gonna cut off the ends. You don't have to, but this is filling up my jar. Right, and then all you're gonna do is just fill it up with your bourbon. That's it. It is so easy. You're just gonna seal it. Put it next to like your salt and pepper or something that you use really often so that you can give it a shake every once in a while, but don't open it up, don't taste it, wait a long time. Wait 3 to 6 months for it to really infuse and kind of get those flavors. This one's actually kind of fun because it's already amber. When you do it in vodka, it's clear, and then it gets a little bit more and a little bit more. But when I tell you, you will not go back to store-bought vanilla. You won't go back. It is so much better. And when we first tried it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I taste the difference. But where you really taste it is in the items that you're making, like your frostings, your cookies. It's bizarre, but I really can tell a difference. Anyway, we'll talk in 3 to 6 months and let you know how we like the bourbon. Okay, we are about to make dinner. We are kind of thinking about doing a Tablescape dinner tonight, but I had to update you guys. If you watched the vlog where I cut my Audrey ficus, and I did chat GPT and asked if I could propagate it from the branch, and it said yes. Well, guess what happened? I pulled it out the other day. It has all these roots. So tomorrow I took a picture and I asked chat, what do I do next? Because I'm gonna try my best. And it said to get a container, because I have other containers, but nothing small enough. It says 4 to 6 inches, and like had like different, what else did it say? Keep it pretty moist because you don't want it to go from here and then like dry. So we are going to plant that tomorrow. I'm excited. I think if I could bring that to another tree, that's gonna be so awesome. And then actually while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and light my candle. I've been loving the hurricane for summer and I want to get to doing fall decor really soon. Also, okay, we went to Target yesterday and got this candle. It's the marshmallow suede. I am a major fan. Like my holiday scent that I buy every single year, have bought it for years and years. Honestly, probably over a decade. This candle, one second, let me go get rid of this. Okay, sorry, I had to go get rid of that match. This candle is from Target. Actually, someone sent me a DM and they said, you gotta get to Target and you gotta try this. So I did, I went to Target, I picked it up, I smelt it and I was like, oh my gosh, that is Marshmallow Fireside, which is my favorite scent. If you would blindfold me and have the two candles next to each other, I don't know that I would be able to tell the difference. That's like how close it smells. But I don't think it's like any better price or anything. But my favorite part about this is the packaging is much prettier than the Bath & Body packaging. Sorry, Bath & Body, but this one is just a little more chic. But it's the wood wick because it crackles and I just love that. And the flame is bigger. It is, I need more. I'm gonna order more because I am just in love with this candle for the holidays. It comes in a couple different packages. They have a smaller one that's like a white suede. They have a bigger one that has 2 wicks, and then they have this one. This is the middle size. It has the wood wick. And I feel like I have to get the wood wick, even though the other packaging is pretty too. This one's like a solid silver. The big one is like an ombre silver, and then the small one, like I said, it's that white, like fuzzy suede. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, it's so good. I'm gonna link it down below for you, especially if you love Marshmallow Fireside. You gotta try this one. It's, oh, and the throw is good, which was like, I think the most shocking part is it, like the throw was just as good as my Marshmallow Fireside. So that was exciting. But if you love Marshmallow Fireside, I think you'll like this one maybe even more because of that wood wick. So anyway, it's linked down below, but I think what I'm gonna do is get a little tablecloth, make us up a little tablescape right here. I kind of want to watch a fall movie. I am so ready for fall this year. In fact, I've been waiting for pumpkins to come in stock so I could do like a little fall decorate with you guys, but I need pumpkins. So it's forcing me to wait to decorate for fall. But I did our bedding and I showed you that. I got a couple throw blankets. And that's pretty much it. I don't do like a crazy amount. I might do a little bit more. Like maybe the further we get into the fall season, maybe I'll do a little bit more like in my office and stuff like that. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm in this like weird transition phase where it's still kind of summer. It's still really warm here. So it's kind of hard to like be in that mindset, but I am so beyond ready and excited for fall this year and just the whole holiday season. I just think we're gonna have a lot of fun this year with all the decor and the channel and food and making like my vanilla and making like other things. Like I do my cinnamon rolls every year. There's so much around the holiday season that is just so fun. So I'm ready for it. Zach's cooking dinner tonight. What you making?
We're doing what do you call it?
Steak frites?
Steak frites.
Steak.
I know you like to say that, don't you?
Steak
it's cute.
frites. I love steak frites. Oh, I don't know if we told you guys, we got that indoor grill. We were talking yesterday, we were like, what's one of the first things that we're gonna get when we buy a house? What do you say?
A smoker slash a griddle, like a Blackstone. Is it Blackstone?
Yeah, Blackstone.
Like a Blackstone or like, and a smoker. Those are the two things.
Yeah, we miss it. And we do have a grill down here, and this is such first world problem, but it's such an ordeal. You like pack up your stuff, go down there.
And it's a shared grill, so you can't just like if we're at the pool or doing something, you can't just go put something on it, you know, you kind of have to be around it.
Yeah, you gotta kind of watch your stuff.
Or smoking, when I used to have a Traeger, we smoked all the time.
Yeah, so we're really excited. But I will say this Ninja indoor grill it's done the job enough.
It's done the job.
And he got some new fries today.
Oh, from, I almost said Trader Joe's. The Costco.
Whoa, what is a big bag?
I know. This whole bag was like $6. We got these. People online said they were really good. So we're trying these. I usually make my own fries.
Yeah.
I usually just cut them up. And I'll experiment if it's steak fries, home fries, shoestring, more skinny. But I heard good things, and so I don't know.
We'll let you
Are
know.
these salted?
Okay, this is our very simple little tablescape. We're just doing steak frites for dinner, so I didn't go all crazy. I also don't have any fresh flowers or anything like that, and sometimes that's okay. I still wanted to set up a little ambiance for us, so I'm using my new Duralex glasses. I love these so much. I think that they are just the sweetest glass. They're so sophisticated. I have our everyday dinnerware. These striped napkins are from H&M Home. I'll see if they have them. If they do, I'll link anything I can down below. Our flatware, we only need... you know what? I have some steak knives on my wish list on Amazon. I think I might order them tonight. I think I might do it because we don't have any steak knives. And then over here, I have our breadboard just to add in like another texture and color. And I just layered on my fairy light and then some pinch salt because we're having steak frites. This is a wine coaster, vintage, I found that. And then this is actually a cocktail mixer, but I thought it matched the vibe for the water pitcher the best over my other things. So I use that and that's it. Very simple. Zach's looking for a movie. You can hear the grill going on in the background. I have the hurricane in front of the window. Actually, the sunset is very beautiful tonight as well. It never looks as good on camera as in person. I wish you could see it, but this is our little simple little dinner setup. You cooking in the dark? I'll turn on the light.
I gotta get the mood set. Let's see what the temp's at. I got this new pan at, it's a cast iron from, where did I get this at?
Where'd you get that? I think you said, was it Costco? Oh, Sam's Club.
It was 30 bucks. But the other day I did the self-clean oven and it was in there. And people just said as long as it doesn't crack, you just have to re-season it, and I did, so. But I like that pan a lot. It's more of a griddle. I would lift it up, but it's burning hot. But I did seared the steak. I was thinking it's perfect for like quesadillas, grilled cheese, a lot of things. Don't you, Brand?
Yeah.
Obviously it doesn't have the lip, so you can't really you gotta be careful about saucy things.
Oh, yeah. I wonder, can you use it as why would you, but could you use it as like a baking dish? Or no, you don't want to do that?
I think you could.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's been using it a ton, and
Yeah.
I thought for the price, I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah, I think it was $28.
Oh, wow. Was it on sale or?
No.
Oh, nice. He had to re-season it. Is this the first time you've cooked on it?
Since I re-seasoned it.
Did it do good?
I feel, well, you're about to find out here in a couple minutes.
We're about to watch a movie. Oh, there's a storm. I wish I could show you guys. Every time I try to show you, I end up never putting it on here because you can't see it anyway. But there's a cloud like across the valley and there's like lightning in the cloud. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's
You're like,
crazy.
okay, cool, thanks for telling me. You can't even show me.
Okay, these are the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say yay or nay. I'm a big yay, Zach's a nay.
I was raised that you can't put anything on it. But then also, I'm a big believer, you like what you like.
That's true.
Okay, these are those Costco fries. I'm not gonna lie. I did them, I think 15 minutes and shook them halfway through.
Oh, they have a crunch.
They're soft and pillowy inside too. You think you're salted enough?
I could use a little more salt.
Those are good.
Wow.
Should I do a little truffle salt?
Oh yeah.
You want to spread it?
Sure. We get the oil from Trader Joe's, but I like this because it's salty, but it's just a hint of truffle. We forgot to update you guys on the fries, or no, we did. We tasted them with you. Delicious. I think those are the best frozen fries we've ever had.
Best fries I've ever bought store-bought.
Yeah.
Best
Best
store-bought ones, yeah.
Oh, let me show you the little vibe. Babe, you go ahead and eat.
No, it's fine, I can wait.
Okay, let me show you real quick so our food doesn't get cold. But it's just so much better when you add the food because you move things around. So we did like extra fries right here, and then we have sauce, and then I just moved some things around, but like it's such a cute little, just simple tablescape. It's like the simplicities in life that just set the vibe, right?
Set the vibe.